And next up, we have Gayan Peiris from the UNDP. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, colleagues. It's my honor and pleasure to be here today. So there I am. My name is Gayan Peiris. I'm with the UN Development Program, UNDP. And those who are wondering what UNDP is, so we are UN's development program, and we say we are present in over 170 countries. As you say, we have boots on the ground in 170 countries implementing different programs. And we run on a biannual funding of about 5 billion. And we have projects in almost every country across all 17 SDGs, I would say. And you might be wondering what UNDP is doing in the digital space. So when we have the presentation, I'll go through why we have digital as a key enabler in our strategic plan. And also, I'm going to talk about something called DPI, the digital public infrastructure. How many of you have heard that term, DPI? Fantastic. So up until now, the term DPI didn't really have a definition. These are the thematic areas that we focus on when it comes to UNDP's core programming. And we have a long-term vision for digital, that is to create a world in which digital is an empowering force for people and planet. Now, digitalization, along with strategic innovation and development financing, has been identified as a key enabler in our strategic plan, delivering what we call the signature solutions, the 6 signature solutions, as we call it. So we say we have a broader mandate, and we are the integrators on the ground when it comes to bringing other UN agencies, bringing private sector, bringing few ministries in a country to the table. Now, I'm not going to read all our guiding principles, but I want to focus on the first 2, which is we put human rights at the center. And you will hear human rights probably many times in next few minutes. And we promote inclusive and gender-sensitive approaches that leaves no one behind. We say we are intentionally inclusive. So from our vantage points, from the COVID days to now, we see some fundamental shifts. There were obviously many digital solutions that were deployed during COVID, from telehealth systems to online education systems. Countries are moving now towards digital ecosystems. What if that digital health system can talk to some other, your tax payment systems or your social protection systems? And also, from this fragmented approach of one ministry running away with developing a solution, governments are now taking a holistic approach on having a more strategic approach towards digital. And also, from techno-optimism, trust me, I've seen all sorts of solutions deployed during COVID in many countries, some online education systems for kids without even thinking about getting parents' consents, to actually certain systems that completely marginalized certain communities because of the language or the connectivity issues. So from techno-optimism to taking a more rights-based and inclusion-first approach. Understanding the power of technology, at the same time understanding the risks as well. Now, the term digital public infrastructure, UNDP is mainly when it comes to digitalization, we operate in this space. And we very broadly define it as interoperable systems that has a broader societal functions and allows sectors to innovate on top of it. Now, we categorize them as foundational systems, some sectoral systems, and also global and regional systems that cuts across trade, for example. So if I visualize this, you have your digital public infrastructure, and we identify digital identity, digital payment systems, and open data exchanges as some key components of this. And then there are sector-based DPIs as well, your carbon trading systems, your transportation systems. And one of the key elements we work on is actually building this ecosystem support. We work with governments all the way from strategy planning to actually implementation of the technology stack as well, and capacity building. Many governments come to us these days on capacity building programs. With digital, now we get more and more requests to capacity build on AI, using AI in public service delivery. Now, why is DPI not business as usual? Because the legacy approach has few systems, few trusted vendors that governments work with. More often than not, governments are vendor locked with these vendors. And on the big tech approach, these are walled gardens, obviously, winner takes all approach. But with DPI, with the open API-enabled systems, components that talk to each other, this allows not just the governments to innovate, but people, other sectors to innovate on top of it. And most importantly, if you think about DPIs as your roads or electricity or railroads, that enables innovation that followed, which was the catalyst for innovation. You need to ensure human rights, people's privacy are put at the core of it, because once the infrastructure is built, it is very difficult to go back and change. And this is where UNDP operates in. And UNDP is actively, now this is not a task that UNDP can do alone. We are actively involved with global actors like the Digital Public Goods Alliance, Secretary General's Global Digital Compact, and the Digital Roadmap. And at the implementation level, we are coordinating with other UN agencies as well, UNICEF, WFP, Digital Impact Alliance, and also we are working with catalytic funders as well, what you see on the presentation. Also, we provide advisory on the technology stack as well, and the communities that are involved in this. So how can blockchain help digital public infrastructure? Now, I talked about three fundamental building blocks for digital public infrastructure. Here are some ideas on how blockchain can help. Now, there are existing solutions in the space of digital IDs. When it comes to global digital public goods, there are existing solutions in digital payments and data exchanges. But it also creates opportunities on how to build safe and trusted protective digital IDs, and how we might make transactions more efficient, and also how we might put people in charge of their own data. Now, from our vantage point, when we work on countries, there's one common problem across countries, that is trust. When it comes to digital and data, people trust in their governments, trust in their institutions. Even though they might trust the current governments, as you know, governments are tied to an electoral cycle. So you never know what the intentions of the next government will be as well, which is why trust and blockchain, building that trust, is so important. So there are blockchain-based DPIs which can help self-sovereign IDs to DeFi, to individual data ownership. So we see blockchain and DPI integrating in the future. Now, as we envision this future for Web 3.0 with openness, trustless, and equitable future, let's imagine a future where the digital public infrastructure and Web 3.0 are integrated. And my call to you is actually make a commitment to make, there's immense potential if these two are integrated, not just to make changes at a societal level, but not just technological, but fundamentally inclusive in the society. So let's make a commitment to make human rights the blockchain, and really inclusiveness to be the code that binds us all. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Gayan. We really appreciated that.